you won't get these drinks out here. I got money, so they put it in the bag. I'm pulling off all the tags and pulling off in a jag. Fuck being broke, cause broke niggas is mad. Get a job with your broke ass and get it out the hoe's ass. I go fast when I'm riding through the city lights. I'm from the Bay West Coast with your city like new Nikes, fresh jeans, and a snapback.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm a vibe, you a vibe, we should vibe, so you should wait, you should like, comment, share, and subscribe, but only if you want to, only if you want to. If you're watching, that's really all. I appreciate everything else you do is extra, and I greatly appreciate it. If you want extra juicy tea, go ahead and click the link down in my description below to join my membership. We're on the road to 5 motherfucking K because I'm already manifesting. We have 4K. We 4 for 4. We have 400,000 views, and we have 4,000 subscribers. So we is on the road to that 5K. Periods. Okay, we're on the road for 5 for 5 because we hit the 4 for 4. I'm already speaking it in existence. I'm like 20-30 subscribers away at this point where I'm filming this. So I'm already knowing in a couple days we're gonna be there. So period. As y'all know, we back on this call center. Okay, we're gonna start this motherfucker from the beginning. Okay, so y'all can see how everything started and how everything transpired in the beginning. Okay, I've been waiting to tell y'all the beginning, but I wanted to give y'all the spicy juicy shit first, and then we're gonna get into, I mean, it's still spicy juicy, but it's not as spicy juicy. Okay, let's get into it. So if y'all watch the story time here, boom, y'all already know I went through the little program, and then I got this job offer, and I started working here. Okay, when I first started working here, I was carpooling with these girls. They would come to my house. We was all in this program together. It was 2 girls. We would all carpool together to work. Let me just tell y'all about my interview. So when I first went to interview in person, because it's still a staffing company, you meet with the staffing company, you sign all these papers. We had took like this little test. I passed the test, and then you go interview with them in person. So the day I go interview with them in person is Boss Man, and then what did I name the other bitch? Kiki. Oh, and Cindy. All 4 of them is in the interview room. I go in, I introduce myself to them. They asking me basic interview questions, but you can tell Boss Man was already on some fuck shit. Let me just set the scene for y'all a little bit, okay? So y'all, I had on this professional pencil skirt, but it was like tight, y'all. It was like fitting. You could see all the curves, but it was still professional. It had this slit on the side, real sexy, but still classy. You feel me? I had this real cute blouse on. It was like purple. And then I had this nice little petite office jacket on top, but it was fitting, y'all. It wasn't one of them big bulky ones. It was one of them ones that curve in the middle. So yeah, you can still see all your curves, but it was professional but sexy. So you know I was stepping in there looking good as the hell. You feel me? I had my hair slicked back in a bun, and I had on these little pumps. Yep, I had these little pumps on. There was some little black pumps, y'all. I came in there dressed down. I was looking like that girl, but classy, professional. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. So yeah, that's what I'm wearing. When I walk up in this room, though, it's this big ass table, this long table. I'm sitting at the head of the table. Cindy is sitting towards the middle of the table to the right of me, and Kiki's sitting to the left of me, and Boss Man is sitting at the very end of the table. You know, Cindy come in, she answer her little questions. Kiki don't say nothing. She's sitting there looking fucking stuck up, like I'm just here because I gotta be here. Boss Man in the back. Boss Man in the back. Boss Man in the back giving me fucking googly eyes, and I'm like, is he giving me googly eyes? Like, is he flirting with me with his eyes? Like, am I fucking tripping? Like, I know I'm not that much into myself, even though I am into myself, and I know I'm the baddest thing walking. I'm just playing, but you know, I'm a bag of chips, okay? So I'm just like, nah, he ain't googly eyed me. Then he started licking his lips. I'm like, okay, hold on. I'm trying to focus on Cindy asking me these interview questions and ask them, and I'm just stumbling over myself because I'm just focusing on Boss Man, because I'm just like, is he flirting with me right now? Like, is he eye fucking me right now? Like, this is not even that type of setting. Like, we're in a professional place. Like, no, Shayla, you tripping. Like, you too into yourself right now. Like, girl, come on, you look good, but you don't look that good to where he's gonna be doing all this in the damn interview. So as the interview go on, I'm just like, tune him out, block him out, focus on her, focus on the questions, answer these questions. So we get through the interview, and Boss Man stays back, and he's just like, you know, you seem like a great fit for the team. The staffing company is going to follow up with you and let you know if you officially got the position. I'm like, all right, cool. He shake my hand, y'all, but when he shake my hand and we slide to let go, like he did that extra like flirty. He didn't just like let go. It like slid off. So I'm just like, okay, I know I'm not tripping. I know I'm not fucking tripping. Like, he definitely flirted with me. Mind you, the staffing company people there. So Nelda come in the room and she was just like, yeah, they want to offer you the position. They think you would be a great fit. I'm like, all right, cool. So boss man comes back in the room. He's like, yeah, we want to take your picture for your badge so that when you start, you already have your badge. So, cause you got a badge in and out of the door for security purpose. So I'm like, all right, cool. And he was just like, yeah, you look real nice. Cause I was like, oh, let me go to the bathroom and make sure I look cool in the mirror, make sure I look decent. He was like, you look good already. And I'm like, oh, he definitely flirted. But I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, this is a whole ass interview, sir. But that's how I knew boss man was gonna be on some fuck shit. I had did my little research on this job just so I kind of knew what it was gonna be about. Cause that's one thing my mom told me: do a little research on the job so you know what's going on. When I had looked it up, I had seen that it was dealing with state testing. Now, if y'all know, it depending on your age, when I was doing state testing in school, it was called STAR. It was called STAR testing. Okay, now out here it's called CASP testing. So when I looked it up and I seen, oh, that's what that was. Now it's on computers. But when I first started, it was transitioning from paper to digital. But I'm not knowing this at first. I'm thinking it's still on paper. It's just called CASP. I haven't been in high school for a little minute, so I don't know. Y'all, really, now that I'm looking back on it, they really didn't give us a real job description of the job duties. Basically, they said it was a call center job. You was going to be helping school districts, and you just needed to know how to use basic technology and be trainable. Mind y'all, in the fucking training, all they did was show us some PowerPoints and read the damn PowerPoint. To me, that wasn't sufficient enough for training, okay? That kind of job, you needed hands-on training, okay? When you was taking your first calls, you needed somebody there with you. And they started doing that later on. Thanks to me, it was my suggestion, but whatever, you feel me? It's cool. For like most of my training, it was bullshit. We were sitting in the room, boss man was cracking jokes and was flirting with Kiki. Y'all, for a long time, I thought him and Kiki was in a relationship because how they would flirt. Mind you, boss man had the same name as Kiki's husband. Whole time when she would be talking about her husband, I'm thinking she's talking about boss man in like third person. And I'll be like, why is she talking about him like that? And he right here. Nobody's knowing that she got a whole husband outside of the job and he got the same name as boss man. So she would be like, yeah, boss man did this for me and me and boss man did this. So I'm thinking they're in a relationship, but yet he would be flirting with everyone. So I'm just like, why is she okay with him flirting in her face? I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, this is weird. But okay, I took it upon myself to where it was like a bunch of videos on the training videos, and I was watching them videos faithfully, y'all. I was going home watching them videos. I was going home studying because the training they was giving me, I was not understanding. It was just so much information. It just sounded like they was speaking Spanish. I wasn't grasping it. I had to like hear it over and over and see it over and over again. I was starting at the time where they was basically going to be testing out doing it on devices. The first day, okay, I do my side-by-sides or whatever. So y'all know how I told y'all it went doing side-by-sides. But I want to talk about me first getting on the phone. Y'all, I was not prepared. All the notes I was taking, all that studying I was doing, I was not prepared. Like I literally was not prepared. So day one, my first day, I get on the phone. I get this caller and she's trying to help a student log into their device. I don't know what she's talking about. She's talking about a device. I don't know what she's saying. The teacher's screaming and hollering. It's kids in the back screaming and hollering. Y'all, I shut the fuck down. I'm just like, can you say that again? I'm trying to write down what she's asking me. I'm trying to get the name of the device and stuff, y'all. It was stressing me out. Like I felt like I was gonna break down and cry. So Kiki came over there and she was like, put the phone on speaker, and she's kind of giving me like a little attitude, like, why you don't get it? Like, put the phone on mute. She's like, tell them this, tell them that. And y'all, I'm like freezing up. I couldn't even repeat the shit she was telling me back to the customer. I was just like, you do and you touch and this is how. Y'all, I'm like breaking down. I'm just like, okay, this is intense. So at this point, it's like we're getting back to back calls. So After I helped that customer, because I did get through the call, it just took me a little minute. After I got through that call, like, my phone rang again instantly. Same thing. I'm struggling. I don't know what to do. Everything just going out my brain. All the notes I took, all the navigation I learned, it's just going out my brain that whole day. I'm just so stressed. The last call I got of the day, the teacher's cussing me out. She's like, oh, you must be new here. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. I got all these kids and you can't help me. Put somebody else on the phone. Get a manager. Get a manager. I don't want to talk to you. And you sound like a little ass girl. Is you a little ass girl? You sound like you could be one of my students. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? I'm telling Kiki, I'm like, I can't do this. I'm like, can you take over the call? Because, bitch, I think I'm about to fucking quit. Because, bitch, I didn't sign up for this. This is not what I was thinking. When I think, y'all, at this time, I didn't know much about a call center job. Like, now, you know, people make these funny videos about call centers and, you know, customer service. At this time, y'all, I didn't know all that stuff. You know, social media wasn't displaying that like that, or I wasn't paying attention, because I just didn't know. Like, I really didn't know how this customer service shit worked and how snappy ease people can get on the phone. Mind you, I know I didn't call some places and got, you know, heated on the phone, but I didn't think this job was gonna be like that, because I'm not thinking this should be stressful. It's just kids taking a test. What the fuck is so stressful about? Why would they be calling us like mad about a test? Hella information not available. Tech support, we didn't even have like a tech team at this time where we would escalate stuff to. So it was just like we would have to like take their information and then get back to them, or sometimes they would send people out to these locations. So that's how it started, y'all. Every day, when I first got on the phone, we was getting back-to-back calls, and I would get the customer's question and write it down and put them on hold. I'd be like, okay, can you tell me what you need? Tell me what you want. Write it down and put them on hold. That's what saved me in this job, y'all, because after that first day, I literally went home and I cried, because I was just like, I don't think I'm ready for this shit. I'm like, this is too high tense stress as fuck for me. Like, I don't think this is what I want to do. Like, you feel me? It's good pay at the time, but the stress behind it is not it. Like, I needed 4-5 drinks. But at this time, I wasn't drinking yet. But I could see why motherfuckers was drinking at this job, because, baby, it was intense. So as time go on, I'm getting my skills up. I'm getting used to the job. I'm riding with these girls to work. One of the girls quit. She had got another job being a dental assistant. So now I'm just riding with this one girl. Mind you, this one girl was cool with Jessica. They had got real cool after like a year or two later in the job. They had got real cool. But I'm riding with her, y'all. I'm telling her, like, girl, I think I'm gonna quit this job. She telling me, like, girl, I think I'm gonna quit the job too. Like, it's too stressful. They're not really giving us a lot of information. A lot of shit is not what they said it is. Like, everything's confusing. It's just so much information. It's just like so many different devices people can be testing on. Mind you, it's like a pilot at this time. You feel me? So some students are still taking the test on paper. Some students are trying it out on devices, and I promise you, it's like some of these teachers don't even know how to fucking turn on the phone or something. They would call us for the dumbest shit, like, how do you turn on the device? How do you restart the device? It's just like, okay, like, I get it, some of these teachers might be old or something, but you should know how to fucking turn on something. A laptop, a tablet, a Chromebook, a phone, a computer. Like, come on now, like, lady, ma'am, sir, come on now. Like, you're a whole ass teacher, like, and you don't know how to fucking turn on the computer? You need help restarting the computer? Okay, yeah, this is gonna be very stressful. But y'all, at this time, I was having like major fucking car issues all the time. So sometimes I would tell a girl that was riding with me, like, look, you can't ride with me today because my car tripping. And I was getting so embarrassed. But one day we in the car, we driving, And y'all, why the fuck did my car stop on me on the freeway? So I'm freaking out. I'm so fucking embarrassed. I mean, she was cool, but I'm just like, damn, my car just fucking stopped with somebody in the car. Like, it's one thing your car stopping you in the car, but it's another thing when your car stopping somebody else in the car. Mind you, this ain't like a friend or anything like that. I just know her from the program I went through. It's not you. I don't know you for real. But y'all, the car started to, we made it off the freeway. We stopped at this gas station, and I think my car needed oil, so I put some oil and water in the car, and it started back up. We got back to work. So that particular day, y'all, we was getting like, y'all, we had got like 100 calls that day, like, and it was taking me so long. It was taking everybody at that time so long to get through the calls, y'all. Okay, we gonna call this one girl, we gonna call her Becky. So it was this like older lady. I don't even know how she got this job or why they even thought like she would be a good fit, but y'all, they was hiring anybody, like literally anybody who would come sit in the seat and answer the phone. They was fucking hiring any motherfucking body. So she on the phone one day, and I guess she got like a rude customer going at her, cussing her out. She freaking out. She don't know what to do, y'all. The bitch started pulling out her fucking hair. Like, she's having a whole fucking mental breakdown in the fucking office, pulling out her hair, screaming and hollering, and we're all looking like, bitch, we all feel like doing the same shit, because this shit is crazy. Like, this shit is crazy. Imagine getting like 100 to 200 calls a day, one person, depending on like how fast you getting through your calls. Your phone is ringing back to back to back to back for 8 hours. To back 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 to back, no break. Screaming and hollering. Teachers, they don't know how to work devices. We barely got information. We barely know how to work the website to show them how to get this information. The managers and the leads, they barely know anything. They high and shit, because like I said, y'all know, boss man was on that booger sugar, but at the time we didn't know they was doing all that kind of stuff. You know, we was all kind of new there, so it was just like a hot mess. But anyway, she having a whole fucking mental breakdown, pulling out her hair, screaming, throwing the computers and shit. She's like, I cannot do this, I cannot do this. She's just screaming. Like, so they coming over there, they like, calm down, just come on, let's walk outside, y'all. She's not moving. She's not, like, mind you, she's still sitting in her seat having this mental breakdown, knocking shit over. So they like, okay, she was just like stuck in this breakdown. She could not stop screaming and hollering and pulling out her fucking hair. Everybody just like, what the fuck? Call the fucking ambulance, because this shit is crazy. This is not normal. We get to that point at the job where it's like slowing down. That's when we not getting too many calls. That's when I started realizing boss man was a flirt. He flirted with everybody. He flirted with me. I'm not really like paying too much attention to it. This is how I realized that boss man and Kiki was not in a whole relationship together. One day, Kiki's man come up there, but we don't know this is Kiki's man. A lot of people would come into the office because it was a big office. There was a lot of different things going on in this one office. So boss man is flirting with Kiki. Like, he all in her face. He touching all on her and shit. Kiki's husband walk in. And Kiki frees up. She like, oh shit. And I'm like, the fuck going on? Like, who this thing? He just standing in the doorway, like he about to go off on somebody. So I'm like, the fuck? Who this nigga? Like, is this an emergency? Do we need to shut the office down? Is this an intruder? Like, how he even get in the building? I'm like, what's going on? Like, who is this man? She goes, oh hey babe. And I'm like, babe. I'm so confused. Everybody's looking confused. Everybody's like, babe, like, what the fuck going on? She's like, oh, you guys, this is my husband, boss man number 2. Oh honey, what are you doing here? I didn't know you was gonna be here today. He was just like, yeah, I just wanted to pop up on you and bring you some flowers and see how you was doing today. And I'm like, boss man, he laughing. He think it's funny. He don't even give a shit. So I'm like, okay, what the fuck going on here? So this is why, to y'all, I was thinking my boss man was a swinger. So I'm thinking, like, because the way Kiki and boss man was flirting and how they would be talking and touching each other, I'm telling you, I thought they was in a relationship. I thought that's who her man was. I did not even know. You wouldn't have knew. You wouldn't have knew. You wouldn't have knew until this very critical moment. So her man was like, can we talk in another room or whatever? And she's like, yeah. So they get up, they talking in the other room. You can hear that they arguing and shit, and boss man's just laughing. So I'm like, I thought you and Kiki was married. I thought y'all was together. And he was like, no. And I was like, I'm so confused. He was like, yeah, her and then we got the same name. So maybe that's what confused you, but no, I got a whole ass wife. That's not my wife. And I'm like, oh, okay. It started clicking a little bit. I'm like, okay, so he trifling as fuck because he be, oh, okay. And okay, she low-key trifling as fuck too because she be flirting back with him. And okay, I see what's going on here. It's a whole lot of fuck shit going on. So all the way they would be flirting and touching and talking to each other in front of everybody, you would have thought, I'm telling you, they was in a whole ass relationship. But that made sense to why she would never say nothing when he was flirting with people. She would just like look, like she'd just be mugging. Like this bitch had a mug on her. Like she just be mugging. But I really think her and boss man really liked each other. Just they both was married, so it wasn't gonna work out. So yeah, you can hear her man arguing and shit. And I'm like, damn, this is juicy as fuck. Like this job is just so fucking eventful. Like this is crazy. Somebody didn't have a mental fucking breakdown. Kiki didn't got caught low-key cheating her man because of her ass out. I'm like, okay, this is okay. So time go on, and old girl who had the breakout, she did it again, y'all. It was another busy day, hella shit going on. We getting hella calls, it's hella tense. This is like later, after that slow season. Nothing was really happening for like that little dead season. But when the season started picking back up again, oh, that girl, I don't know why they kept her. I don't even know how she fucking kept her job after she had that fucking mental breakdown in the fucking office. But I don't know. I guess they just needed people in the seats that bad that they let her ass come back. Y'all, this bitch have another fucking breakdown, bro. This time she has it in her fucking car. She had clocked out, went in her car, and start having this mental breakdown in her car, kicking, screaming, and hollering and screaming in her damn car, just freaking out in the fucking car. So somebody in the parking lot was just like, what the fuck going on? And they came inside and was just like, oh girl is freaking out again in her fucking car. Like somebody need to call the ambulance again. So they called a fucking ambulance, y'all. She wasn't even trying to open her fucking door. They had to pry this bitch up out the fucking car because she was not trying to unlock the doors, having this mental breakdown. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not talking about her. I don't know if she had issues going on. I don't know. All I know, I'm just telling y'all what was going on. Everybody was just, because it used to be like this food truck that used to come. And so, when everybody had realized the little mental breakdown was going on, everybody started trying to go outside to, be nosy and act like, they was just going to the food truck. So, I'm going to be nosy too. I'm nosy. So I'm just like, what the hell? But anyways, like I was saying, the ambulance people couldn't get her out the car or whatever. So anyways, they called the fire department and they pry the fucking door open, get her out the car, and 5150 her ass again. Strap her ass up, get her little medicine, knock her ass out, take her ass on, because it was just like, okay, yeah, this ain't for you. But they let her go after that. They packed her fucking desk up. That's how you knew when somebody got let go too. When they come with that box, they clearing it out. I'm gonna say that's how that first year went. It was so stressful. It was so intense. Like, people was just dropping like flies because they couldn't handle it. But I stuck to it. I kept studying, I kept learning, and then I got really good at the job. Y'all, I had got so good at the job that boss man was telling me that I might be considered to get promoted. Let's just say this is like a year or two later. So boss man had took over Cindy's job when Cindy left. So it's dead. It was dead, Cindy, boss man, and Kiki even. Cindy got the fuck on up out of there. She was just like, I ain't dealing with this shit. This too much. So then boss man moved into Cindy's position. That's when he got that company car and started swiping that bitch like it was his. So that's when they started having other leads become leads, because everything started transitioning from paper to fully online. Kids are fully testing on computers, on a device. No more pencil and paper unless the school opted to still do pencil and paper for some reason. And they had to fill out this whole form basically explaining and breaking down and so many reasons why that they didn't want to do it on computers. Maybe they didn't have like enough computers or tablets, and then we would try to help them get the resources to get them devices or whatever. But some schools just didn't want to do it, but they would have to like fill out this whole thing. So the office started growing. They start hiring on more people, so they start hiring on more leads. So I'm so good at the job, y'all. I'm getting through my calls in minutes. I'm like, yeah, this is what you do. Let me just explain the job. So we were basically technical support. So if the teachers was having issues logging on, we would help them troubleshoot. We would give them information on the type of devices they could use. If they had questions about the test, we could provide them information, stuff like that. We was just basically tech support when they were having issues or had questions with state testing, because it was digital. So I just started getting so good at the job. I'm helping everybody, like I said in other story time. My boss man's just like, we really like the effort you put in. We like the work you doing. Like, they considering you being a lead. I'm like, oh, I'm fucking with it. Like, yes, like, what? I'm about to get promoted. I'm about to get hired permanent. I'm like, yes, okay, I'm glad I stuck this shit the fuck out. Like, I'm about to reap the rewards of all this hard work and all this stress that this fucking job didn't cost me. All these nights I done went home and motherfucking cried. And that's one thing my mom kept stressing to me: do not take work home. But y'all, this job was just so intense, just dealing with teachers and them stressed and cussing you out with a bunch of students in the background. It was just like, it was so hard to decompress and leave work at work. It was just not that easy with this particular job, and how stressful, intense it was until you got a hang of it. So he was just like, we're gonna start giving you lead tasks to do. So remember when I had told y'all that me and Redhead got into it that day because I was doing something? That's when they had started giving me extra stuff to do. I was tracking stuff. Like, we would have outbound call campaigns, and I would like organize it on what person gets what and how many districts they need to call and stuff like that. So they had started giving me tasks like that. So I'm like, okay. Like, I'm in there like fucking swimwear. This one nigga started working there. We gonna call him Vin started working there. Mind you, at first I didn't even know Vin was their friend. He played it real smooth, real cool. Came in there cool. I helped him, I trained him, I put him on game like I did everybody else who would do side by sides with me. And I would tell them like, look, this is what you need to know, this is what you need to do, this is where you need to go to watch these videos and do this, do that. Boom. Whole time, this my secret app. This my secret enemy. I don't even know. I'm training this motherfucker to perfection because I'm thinking he a cool dude. See, he wasn't like everybody else coming into the job. You feel me? He came in there eager. He came in there with pizzazz. He came in there really wanting to learn. You feel me? It wasn't like everybody else who would just come in there and just want you to hold their hand and babysit them the whole time and give them all the answers, which I can understand why somebody would want that in this type of job, because it was hard, it was complex. But he wasn't like that. So I'm just like, oh, I can fuck with him. He gonna be somebody I can train, and he gonna be good as me. And then I could bounce shit off of him. We could talk, and like I can get ideas and brainstorm from him as well. You get what I'm saying? Because there wasn't too many people in there who was like really catching on that you can like brainstorm and ask questions like, what you think about this? Or do you think this sound right? You get what I'm saying? Because everybody was really coming to me, asking me for help. So it wasn't like nobody else in there that I was like cool with, that I wanted to ask certain questions to. It was just like, I'll figure this shit out myself. So that's why I let my guard down. And that's what you fucking don't fucking do. That's what you don't do. I'm thinking we kikiing ha. He from Pittsburgh. I'm from Pittsburgh. We talking about shit that I'm like, oh yeah, I was there when that happened. Oh, I went to that party too. I mean, he was a little older than me, but not like too much older than me. Like we were still probably doing the same shit. Just he was just like a little bit older than me. So I'm just like, oh, I remember when that went down. Just I'm thinking I'm clicking with this motherfucker. I'm thinking it's about to be my dog. Whole time. He the ops. I'm convinced he would sit there to be the secret agent. I'm telling y'all, because I'm telling y'all, he played it so fucking cool. You would have not have thought he was cool with hella the leads in there. He never really spoke to them. He didn't really say nothing to them. So I'm not thinking, watch out for him. Don't say certain shit to him. I'm thinking he just knew like everybody else and he don't know nobody in here just like me. Wrong. I'm showing him all the shit. Not knowing this nigga is coming for my motherfucking spot. I'm not knowing. I'm telling him every little trick and tics I know. Cause it would be some shit I just would not tell people. I'm like, I need to keep a little, you feel me, a little something to myself. This is what's putting me above everybody else to get this promotion. But I'm telling him because I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm thinking like he knew, like the fuck. I'm still better than this nigga. Not saying better than him like I'm personally better than him. I'm still better at the job. I'm still getting through my calls. I'm still getting good ratings from my reviews and stuff. So I'm not worried. I start slipping. And at this particular time too, me and Miss Burgundy start getting real cool. And me and her friendship was really like the downfall of this job, like me in this job. So because people didn't really like Miss Burgundy, like I think that's a whole nother, I'm gonna put that in a whole nother story time. But basically me being cool with Miss Burgundy and trying to get this lead position was working against me. No, I guess I gotta tell that. As me and Miss Burgundy start being cool, y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I start slipping. I start coming back from lunch late. Like me and her would be talking all the time. Cause at first me and her sat by each other. We talking all the time, we gossiping. I'm at her desk, she at my desk. She would come sit at my desk for hella long. One day, Miss Burgundy gets into it with this lead named Chris. They get into it real bad. And then after they get into it real bad, it was just like Chris was out for her. Like he was out for blood with her. Like every little thing she would do, they was nicking her on it. They was deducting points from her. Hella shit. So it was just like, because I was friends with her, they started trying to look at me differently. You get what I'm saying? Like they started like not fucking with me as much. They wasn't being rude or mean to me or anything, but they wasn't fucking with me how they was fucking with me. You get what I'm saying? I felt the energy to show me they wasn't being as cool as they was. I wasn't being invited into the little meetings anymore. So I'm just like, okay. So I'm talking to boss man. I'm just like, you know, you like, am I still up for the position? Like I'm confused. Like all the other leads are starting to act funny. I'm not in the little meetings and stuff no more. But yet they're still giving me lead work to do. They still giving me all that extra work to do, create trackers, create formulas for these trackers and hella shit like that. And he's just like, nah, you good, just keep it up. But you need to watch out for Miss Burgundy. And I'm just like, why? Like, we're just friends. Basically, boss man broke it down to me like this. Like, look, it's going to be a vote, a majority vote. And if you don't get majority of the votes, you don't get the position, which means if they don't like you, they're not going to vote for you. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, okay, I see. I didn't know it was going to be like a vote-based thing. But at the end of the day, I'm still thinking like, I don't have no issues with nobody. So it shouldn't be no problem. Even though they got a problem with Miss Burgundy, I don't have a problem with them. But you know how it goes. You're guilty by association. They got a vendetta against her, and then you be coming back late from your breaks and lunch. So I'm like, all right, cool, I'm gonna clean it up. We started really like setting alarms on the timer, on the tracker, like coming back on time, because I was just like, look girl, if I get put in the position, bitch, I can make sure like I can try to make it to where you staying in the summer. You feel me? Like let me get in there, and then I can help all our people. You feel me? You feel me? Because there was no black leads. No, oh, it was this one dude, T. We gonna call him T. But T was hella rude. T was, I mean, they always rude, but T was hella rude. And he didn't act black. I'll just say that. He just did not act black. But he was mixed. But he was black. I don't know how to explain that any better. So, when all that shit was happening with Jessica and Miss Burgundy, like, they just wasn't fucking with her. So I started to start laying low of like being around Miss Burgundy so much, because I was just like, damn, I don't want to be caught up with her. So like, she would go out the building first, and then I would go out the building after her. Like, we just started to try not to be seen with each other, because it was just like, they're trying to use this as a way to like not honor what they told me. You get what I'm saying? I'm not doing nothing wrong besides, you know, me coming back a little late, shit like that. But everybody was coming back late from their lunch and break, even the lead. So it's just like, this can't be it. I don't know. Whole time too, I'm telling Vin hella little shit. I'm being messy with Vin, like, oh, this lead be doing this lead be having an attitude, this lead got stanky ass breath, this lead be eating booty from the back. You feel me? I'm just saying hella shit, gossiping to him. Whole time, I don't even know, did they friends with this nigga? Like, they was friends before he started working here. I don't even know. Secret op. He not even saying nothing. He just like, yeah, that's crazy. He'll laugh. He'll say something. But I started wondering, like, he don't really say certain stuff when I talk about certain people, but then he'll say certain stuff when I talk about certain people. You get what I'm saying? Basically, when I was talking about certain leads that he was cool with, the nigga wasn't really saying nothing. But when I would talk about other leads that he wasn't cool with, he would say a little kiki ha back. So one day I had peeped that the boss man was taking all the leads on lunch. Guess who I seen going with them? Vin. So I'm like, hold on. Like, it was like, I knew they was cool, but I just thought they was like cool work wise. You get what I'm saying? Because everybody was kind of cool, I guess, at the job, but I'm not thinking they're friends outside of work, like been friends before he even started working here. Friends. You get what I'm saying? I don't know this. I'm not paying attention. You feel me? So I'm like, interesting. So one day I'm talking to the girl that I used to ride with, and I'm like, how, like, is Vin cool with them? Like, I'm just being messy. I'm like, you know, is they like real cool? Like, she's like, oh, they went to high school together. So y'all, I asked old girl that I used to ride with, because she was cool with one of the leads, Chuchi. Y'all know Chuchi. If y'all been keeping up with the call center series, y'all know Chuchi was that messy ass bitch lead, the stud bitch that I told y'all about. So Chuchi and the girl I used to ride with, they had got really cool. So I'm like, yeah, let me go ask her, because I'm sure she know the tea from Chuchi, and she gonna tell me, because me and her was cool at that time. Mind you, pay attention, because let me tell you how op ass motherfuckers is at work. Whole time she was my secret op as well. She was the secret op as well, y'all. Secret op as well. Crazy. This is why you cannot think you cool with people at work. You can't do it. Don't do it. It's not good for you. Don't do it. They been friends. Like, they the one who got him the job. Like, they friends. And I'm like, bitch, you're fucking lying. She's like, no. And I'm like, wow. I don't even know. I'm talking hella shit to him about these motherfuckers. And he now it started fucking clicking, like, oh, that's why he don't be saying nothing when I'm talking about his niggas, them his real friends. That's what I know I fucked up. I said, damn, on top of the shit that's going on with Miss Burgundy, so just by default, like, they not fucking with me, but they're not being rude to me how they was being to Miss Burgundy. Now I'm pretty sure, you get what I'm saying, whole time, then probably coming back telling them all the shit that I'm talking about them. I'm like, oh wow, bitch, you're molded as fuck. So obviously after that, I stopped gossiping to him because I'm just like, fuck, I didn't fucked up. But boss man was still telling me like, you still the best candidate for the lead position that's about to open up soon. Mind you, I'm not telling nobody. The only person I kind of told was Miss Burgundy. Other than that, boss man told me don't tell nobody. Only the leads know. Only I know. Nobody else know. Don't tell nobody. But I was asking him who else is like up for the position, and he was like, basically, y'all, boss man was not trying to tell me who else was up for the position. All he told me was about this couple that worked there for hella long. He was like, you and some other people and the couple that's been working here for hella long. And I'm like, who is other people though? Like, who is other people? Because who put in more time than me? Period. Like, who? And he was just like, other people that other leads nominated. In hindsight, looking back, I know why he didn't tell me, because I would have fucking cut the fuck up, because y'all ain't gonna believe who they gave the position to. Y'all ain't gonna believe it. But y'all might. Y'all just might. But y'all, he was really not trying to tell me, because he knew if he would have told me, I would have been pissed. So I'm like, all right, cool. Until in the motherfucking next episode. In the next episode. Am I gonna do another episode, or do I want to give y'all a long ass story? Nope. I'm gonna tell y'all how shit turned around for me at this job. Everything, I'm telling y'all, everything at this point was being cool. Everything was cool. I wasn't having no problems. I had got into the little situations, but outside of that, like, work was cool. Leads was not being like rude to me, because I knew how to move and navigate in that job, and how to avoid being in certain situations with the leads. You feel me? Like, I knew not to be in certain leads' faces at certain times, and when to ask certain leads certain stuff, and how to approach a motherfucker and shit like that. I just started getting really good at navigating the job. So I really didn't have no problems with nobody, especially after I went off. You feel me? Motherfuckers knew, like, all right, don't press her fucking buttons. Plus, it was just like, I was like really good at my job. There was no reason for them to, like, if I'm coming to you with a question, that means I really can't find the answer. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people will just get up and ask questions without even trying. So it's like, don't approach me like I'm one of them people. Like, if I'm coming over here to ask you something, or sending you an email or something, you better respect me. You better respect me. You better respect me. You better respect me. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all how shit flipped in part 2. Periods. I'm gonna see y'all in the next episode. I'm a vibe, you a vibe, we should vibe. So you should what? You should like, comment, share, and subscribe. But only if you want to. Only if you want to. Only if you want to. If you're watching, that's really all I appreciate. Everything else is extra. And if you do so, I appreciate it. All right, y'all.